2012 Stefan would never ever believe that 2022 Stefan would be making this video today. I know exactly how overwhelming it can be to start your weight loss journey. Back when I started, there wasn't nearly as much info available as today, and honestly, that might have been a good thing. Back then, beginners really weren't asking questions like, how long after a training session should I drink a protein shake? Should I eat 6 meals a day, or should I do intermittent fasting? Which fat burner works best? Or should I do a juice cleanse before I start my weight loss journey? The list goes on. In 2022, the nutrition space is extremely confusing and conflicting opinions run wild all over social media. So I think it's time that you and I sit down and discuss the main things beginners do wrong when they first start their fitness journey. I hope that when you're done with this video today, you'll skip straight past all the misleading mistruths and get right to the good stuff. The golden nuggets needed to help you also go from this to this. As we always do on this channel, we're going to dive into scientifically proven principles to help you get a grip on nutrition once and for all. You can work out as hard as you want, but if you're not watching what you're eating, when you're eating, and how much you're eating, you're not going anywhere. The first place most people go wrong when starting their fitness journey is they get caught up in all the nitty-gritty things. They start opening one info box after the other, and before they know it, they find themselves in a room full of information and no clue what to take or what to leave. The key to success is designing a plan that you can confidently say is attainable and sustainable. For example, something that isn't sustainable is cutting out an entire food group. Beginners often try this. They cut out carbs completely or go totally plant-based. Sure, this will help you lose weight in the short term because you're simply consuming less energy in a day than your body needs. Therefore, you force your body to use stored fat and voila, you lose weight. But this, in the scientific world, is called a calorie deficit. And between you and me, there are many ways of achieving a calorie deficit without torturing yourself. People who cut out complete food groups most often eventually just crack and cheat and spiral into a few months of binge eating and terrible life decisions. So the first thing you should avoid is trying to cut out an entire food group. Yes, I know macronutrient ratios matter, but we'll get to that a little bit later in this video. Speaking about cutting things out, you've probably heard of intermittent fasting or eating 6 meals a day or the anabolic window. All of these things have to do with nutrition timing. Many people often get overwhelmed when having to calculate how much they should eat or when they should eat and how to optimize nutrition timing to get the best possible results. To be honest, at the end of the day, nutrition timing only matters to elite athletes. People who push their bodies far beyond what is needed. People who are so close to their genetic ceiling that they have to do every little thing to give them that competitive edge. The evidence shows that for normal people that just want to lose weight, total macronutrient intake is much more important. It's more about being in a long-term calorie deficit than focusing on nutrition timing. The key to nutrition timing for most of us is to not try and change your natural rhythm. If you naturally eat often, then continue to do so. A meal every 2 to 3 hours will work great. But if you're somebody that only eats 2 meals a day, then that's fine as well. But you should stick to something that helps you adhere to your calorie targets most consistently. Some people simply get too hungry when they intermittent fast and end up binge eating the rest of the day, totally negating that calorie deficit anyways. Find what works best for you while sticking to sound scientific nutrition principles like I share here on this page, and stay consistent. The next thing most people do wrong when they start their fitness journey is they expect to see results too fast. Science shows that if you lose too much weight too fast, you end up losing too much muscle as well. And muscle is good. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolic rate, meaning the more safety room you have for calorie slip-ups. The recommendation is to lose a maximum of 1% of your body weight per week. Thus, if you weigh 100 kilograms, you want to lose a maximum of 1 kilogram per week, but never more than 1.5 kilograms per week. Losing weight rapidly could lead to metabolic shock, sending the body into total panic mode, meaning it'll try and store every calorie that it gets, and slow down your metabolism to try and preserve your body weight as much as it can, which, trust me, is something that you really don't want. Gaining weight works exactly the same. If you aim to gain muscle mass, you don't want to gain too much too fast. A rapid rate of muscle gain can cause a spike in metabolism, which in the long run will end up hindering your muscle gaining potential. The optimal amount to gain is about 1.5% of your body mass per month, meaning that if you weigh 100 kilograms, you should maximally gain 1.5 kilogram of muscle mass per month. The body likes stability and consistency. You do not want to disturb its peace. Otherwise, you'll experience full retaliation mode. And trust me, you do not want this. Once your hormones decide to start playing against you, it's game over. The next thing most people do wrong is focusing too much on supplements. They go out and buy so many expensive supplements just to let them sit in the cupboard gathering dust. Supplements are exactly what they say they are. They supplement the diet. They do not replace the diet. Now don't get me wrong, supplements can be beneficial, but just as beneficial as a fitness watch is to a runner. It doesn't do anything for the actual running, it just gives them a bit of an edge. You'll see influencers on social media promoting CLA and BCAAs and who knows what else. Reality is, from a scientific standpoint, most of these supplements doesn't even have any research backing their claims. The most I can truly recommend is a good protein shake to help increase your overall protein intake. Caffeine in the form of green tea or coffee, seeing as it is a stimulant and can help you push a little bit harder in the gym. And lastly, creatine, if you're willing to deal with the water retention to help you build a bit of muscle. These three are the only supplements that has truly been researched properly and that shows promising benefits if used correctly. The body is like a premium engine. If you put junk into it, you're gonna get junk out of it. What you should always remember is that there's no such thing as an easy way out. There is no magic pill. If you want to look like the guys and girls on magazine covers, then you have to do what they do. They exercise often and they take care of their bodies. They put in the work. And this perfectly segues into the next thing that most beginners do wrong when they first start their fitness journeys: following fad diets. Kylie Jenner did this, so I should do it too. Or Brad Pitt, according to magazines, went on this diet, now I want to try it too because he looks great. The honest truth is these celebs never really do those diets. They all have coaches who know what they're doing, just like me, to design a properly custom-written plan for their body and their goals. Close your eyes to all the latest and greatest dieting trends and zone in on what truly matters. A calorie deficit, a high-protein diet filled with lots of plant-based fats and moderate amounts of complex carbohydrates. Most beginners fail because they don't know anything about the food they're eating. They have no clue how energy dense the foods they eat are, how much protein they're eating, or if they're even in a calorie deficit. And I know, it's easy to get overwhelmed by all of this, but it's so important to realize that starting your fitness journey isn't about doing a complete 180-degree turn and being a perfectly healthy person. You should aim for progress over perfection. Aim to learn something new every day. Coming to the realization that the fun part is the road to the destination and not the destination itself is what will truly set you free from the never-ending cycle of hopping on and hopping off the diet train. Something else that is really important to remember, and this ties in closely to knowing what you're eating, is that eating clean doesn't mean that you're immune to gaining weight. Foods generally considered as healthy or clean, like nuts and fruits, are super high in calories and carbs. Beginners who want to lose weight will often opt for things like fruits and fruit juices to help them eat healthy. I mean, I understand it. It seems healthier than sugary drinks, right? But just look at this Coke compared to this fruit juice. Although it's more natural, it doesn't mean that it's good for weight loss. Knowledge is power. Just because somebody said that one thing is healthier than the other doesn't mean that it is healthy. It just means that the one is worse than the other. Many beginners also believe that they have to detox when starting a new diet. And I really blame skinny weight loss influencers on social media for spreading this mistruth. You have a liver. You literally never have to detox. That's the liver's job, unless you've been poisoned and need medical intervention. A juice cleanse will do nothing more than just dehydrate you. It might give you a little bit more vitamins, but that's it. I'm making a full video on this topic soon. I'm clearly very passionate about it, but this goes way too deep to be discussed in this video, so let's move on. I messed up. This is where I should have told you to subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry. Anyways, now let's move on with the video. So I left the best two for last: protein and water. Most beginners know that you should drink more water, but nobody really tells you why. They say that the body is 70% water and therefore you should drink more water. Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, the simplest benefit of water is that it fills your stomach up. It stretches the stomach wall, which sends a signal to your satiety center in the brain, which makes you feel more full. As simple as that. Drink more water. It sounds easy, but it's always underestimated. And nobody really knows what optimal water intake is. It's very dependent on every person, but a general rule of thumb is that you should consume 1 glass of water with every meal you eat, assuming that you eat more than 5 meals a day, and you should have 500 milliliters of water for every 30 minutes of a workout session you have. Optimal water intake is what helped me break free from uncontrollable hunger and binge eating episodes when I first started out my fitness journey. I mentioned earlier in this video that consuming a high protein diet is key to weight loss. The scientific backing for this shows that protein is the most satiating macronutrient. High levels of a hunger-inducing hormone called ghrelin is seen in the blood profiles of people who consume suboptimal levels of protein. Now, optimal levels of protein intake is complicated. I'm also currently working on a video that dives into the science behind optimal protein, so keep an eye on my page for that. But protein is clearly key to any well-balanced diet. The effects of optimal protein intake on appetite alone has shown to help people lose weight by decreasing their total calorie intake for the day with approximately 400 calories, meaning a bigger sustainable calorie deficit, meaning better weight loss. The body is beautifully complex and we haven't nearly touched on everything there is. In a nutshell, block out the noise. Zone in on a well-balanced diet. Forget about nutrition timing. Make sure you're in a calorie deficit consistently for a prolonged period of time. Eat enough protein, drink enough water, and don't waste your money on all kinds of supplements. And for the love of everything health and fitness, teach yourself to enjoy every step of the way. Enjoy the growing pains, enjoy the struggles. Focus on making progress every single day. There's no such thing as a bad day, just a day from which you can learn. If you give up every time you slipped up, you'll forevermore be just another one who wanted, but never did. If you want to know more about my full approach on nutrition, I recommend checking out my 8-week Summer Bodies Are Made in Winter program. I'll leave a link below. Therein, I guide you exactly on how to calculate your calories and your macronutrients to help you get the best transformation results. It truly is my most complete guide to date. It also includes follow-along workout plans and meal plans and a WhatsApp support group. This 8-week program that I'm talking about now starts on the 1st of August. Don't miss your chance to sign up. Click on the link below for more information or go to my Instagram and click on the link on my bio there. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you got some value from it. I'll see you in the next one, Mondays as always. Cheers. Oh, if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I love replying to all of them, I always do, and if you want to support and you can't buy the 8-week program, feel free to click on the subscribe button below or share this video with somebody. Let's help the people out there know the real scientific answer to all of these questions. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.